Welcome to Yoga for Core and Balance with Chris. Begin in Tadasana, feet hips width apart, standing at the top of your mat. Ground into the earth through the base of your big toe, your little toe and your heel, and spread the toes, firming the thighs, pelvis neutral, ribcage contained, shoulders relaxed. This is Tadasana. Breathe in, breathe out. Center yourself. Bringing the palms together at the heart. And on your inhale, sweep the arms up, plugging the fingers into the sky for Urdhva Hastasana. Make sure that your rib cage hasn't flared out. Again, think about the thighs, firm them, connect your feet to the ground. And on the exhale, slowly release the palms together at the heart. Repeating again, as you inhale, sweep the arms up, fingers charged into the sky. Urdhva Hastasana. Keep the shoulders away from the ears, but reach up taller. And as you exhale, slowly release the hands down, palms together at the heart. Okay. This time, take your right foot, cross it over your left. Inhale, arms reach up and grabbing onto your right wrist with your left palm, bending over to your left side for swaying tree pose. Really getting a stretch through the right side of your body, the side waist lengthens. Exhale, return to the center, palms release, swapping the cross of the feet now, left foot over right. Inhale, sweep the arms up, right hand grabs the left wrist and stretch. Really lengthening that left side waist this time. Try not to let the bottom stick out too much here. You should be tall. Exhale, release the palms together at the heart. Okay, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward into Uttanasana. Take a minute here. Breathe and lengthen those hamstrings. Little bend in the knees is fine. As you inhale, come to a flat back, fingertips on the mat or shins. And then bending the knees, keeping that flat back, we're going to do Taji Eagle Arms. So you can see, you scoop the hands forward in front of you, palms face up, rotate the palms around, shoot them behind and scoop them through. Doing about 10 or 12 of these, so just follow along, but remember to have a slight bend to the knees, keeping the back straight. This is a shoulder endurance movement and warms up that shoulder joint. As you're fatiguing, is the angle of your back changing? If it is, fold forward. Send the hips back behind you. Have a nice flat back throughout the movement. Last one. Scoop all the way up to standing, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, palms come together at the heart. Now moving into our sun salutations. So inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, pull the chest forward, come to flat back. Exhale, palms to the mat, jump back to plank. Lower down slowly, chaturanga to up dog. And tucking the toes under, downward facing dog. Really send the hips to the sky as you press the chest through to the thighs. Stepping your right foot into a low lunge position to the top of the mat, and when you're ready, sweeping the arms up. Make sure that back leg is straight and strong. And in this high lunge, we're going to do some more Taji Eagle Arms. So, leaning forward, send the arms behind you. Now scoop them through, palms face up, rotate them behind, scoop them through. Continue your Taji Eagle arms while staying really strong in both legs. Front knee should be over the ankle, and send that back heel away from you. Shoot it away. And when you're ready, palms to the mat, stepping back to downward facing dog. So, jumping the feet up to the hands, Uttanasana, come to flat back, fold deeply. Inhale, sweep the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, release the palms to the heart. We'll repeat that with a lunge on the other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale to flat back, and exhale, planting the hands, step or jump back to plank. Lower down, elbows in, chaturanga, up dog. And pushing back to downward facing dog. This time we're going to step the left foot up in between the hands for a low lunge. Steady yourself before sweeping the arms up and overhead. Get tall through the torso, but sink the hips down. Left knee over left ankle. Right leg squeezing straight and strong behind you. Moving to our Taji Eagle arms, hands behind you. Scooping them through, palms facing upward, then rotating the palms as you send the hands behind you. 4 or 5 here. Nice and strong, don't change your legs. If that back knee is sagging, squeeze it straight and strong. And hands to the mat, stepping back to downward facing dog. Sending the hips to the sky and the heels to the mat. When you're ready, looking forward between the hands and jump the feet to Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, sweep the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, look up. Exhale, release the palms. Beginning our standing poses now, so when you're ready, stepping your right foot back, left toes stay pointing towards the front of the mat, right toes pointing to the long edge. Sweeping the arms up and out and tilt forward as you bring your left hand to the inside of your left foot for triangle pose. Sending the right hand up to the sky, look up. If your bottom is sticking out here, tuck that tailbone under. Imagine that you are between 2 panes of glass. The outside of the back foot should be grounded onto the mat, and that front left leg should be experiencing a deep stretch. Inhale up to standing, and just swiveling the toes both towards the long edge of your mat now, folding into Prasarita Paschimottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. Just use this first one as a bit of a warm-up. Your head might not touch the ground, but aim to get the crown of your head as close to the ground as you can. Take a bit of a stretch either side, grabbing onto the left ankle and moving over to the right ankle. Back to the center, coming to a flat back position and standing up when you're ready, swiveling the right toes out to face the other end of your mat, sweeping the arms up, tilt forward into triangle pose. So the right hand this time is on the inside of the right leg, left palm is reaching up to the sky like you're making a T with your torso. Back leg, front leg, both squeezing straight and strong. Remember again, imagine 2 panes of glass either side of you and you don't want to touch them. You're almost scissoring the legs together here. Inhale up to standing. Exhale this time, clasping the hands behind your back, toes pointing to the long edge of your mat, and fold. This would be really strong on the shoulders, so only send the hands as far down towards the floor as you can, as is comfortable. We want to test our strength, but we don't want to hurt ourselves. Inhale up to standing, release the arms. Left toes point to the front of the mat, right toes to the long edge. Sweep the arms up, bend the front knee, warrior two. Sink deeper into the pose. Transitioning now to an extended side angle pose. Left elbow to left knee, right arm sweeps over the top, bicep next to ear. And either stay here or open up into a side angle pose. Left palm goes to the floor, right palm is reaching up and over as you twist the chest through. That left arm should be contacting the left knee, helping to keep it aligned. Inhale, return to warrior two. And straighten the leg. Raising the arms up and folding forward, Prasarita Paschimottanasana. Once again, sending the head down to the mat, palms coming behind your feet. Inhale to flat back, sweep the arms up. Exhale, palms to the heart and changing the twist of the feet. Right knee bends, sweep the arms up to warrior two. Sink deeper but stay upright in the torso. And just give a check over the middle finger of each hand as you stretch them away from each other. Bringing the right elbow now to the right knee, side angle pose. Stretch through the left side waist. And either stay here or right palm to the inside of the right foot, opening up the chest, side angle pose. Test the endurance of that back leg. And if you can, looking up towards your palm, but if not, that's fine. See if you can send it even further behind you to further open the chest before you come back up into your warrior two. And swiveling the feet, bringing the palms together at the heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up again, and we're just going to heel toe the feet in now towards each other. Giving the shoulders a bit of a rotation here. So heel toe the feet in towards the center of your mat. That's it. When you're ready, coming towards the front of your mat again. Standing in Tadasana. We're going to do some balancing poses now. So, putting your weight through your left foot. We'll lift the right and just hold on to our big toe with our pointer finger and middle finger. Either stay here or if it's available to you, straighten that front leg. Push the heel away from you. As you pull up straight through the left leg, it's your balancing point. You should be gripping the mat with your feet, your foot. And pulling the chest through. And slowly rebending the right knee, releasing the foot down to the mat. Step it out. This time the weight is in the right foot. We lift up the left leg, grabbing onto the left toes, and if possible, straightening the left side. Work through your right buttock and grip the ground with your right toes. Pull the chest through to stay tall in the spine. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, bending the left knee, return the left foot to the mat. We're going to repeat that same balancing pose, but with a variation this time. So again, weight through the left foot, bringing the right leg up into the pose, and this time open out by swiveling the foot out to the side as the other palm stretches out. So you're making almost a standing Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Grip the ground, squeeze the standing leg straight to swivel back to the center, and slowly release the foot. Weight through your right foot now as you pick up the left, gripping the toe, straighten the leg, and opening up the pose. Swiveling the left leg out to the side, opening the hip, opening the chest by spreading the arms away from each other. Breathe. Stay really stable in the standing leg as you swivel the left back to the front and slowly release back to the mat. Coming back to Tadasana, sweep the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, hinge at the hips, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale to flat back and exhale, jumping back to a plank. Slowly lower down, holding Chaturanga before you pull through to up dog. And exhale, back to downward facing dog. We're just going to open up the hips now. So shifting your left foot into the center as you sweep the right leg up and open the hip by sending that right heel over behind you. Pressing the left heel towards the mat. Release, bicycle the legs. Now bring the right foot into the center, sweep the left leg up and bring the left heel over. Open up the hips. Pressing into the mat. Release. When you're ready, press forward into a plank pose, top of a push-up. And swiveling onto the edge of your left foot and extend the right arm up above you for a side plank. In this pose, lift the hips, working those lower obliques, keeping the legs stacked, heel on heel, the arms in a straight line. Exhale, hand comes back to the mat, plank pose, and slowly lower down Chaturanga to up dog, pushing back to downward facing dog. We'll repeat that again on the other side. So coming to the top of a push-up plank, and this time swiveling onto the outside edge of the right foot. Left hand extended upwards, reaching towards the sky. Hips ascending, up, squeeze the thighs together. Breathe. And exhale, release the hand back to the plank. Elbows in, Chaturanga. Pull through to upward facing dog. And curling the toes back to downward facing dog. Either repeat what we just did or add a bit of difficulty. Come forward into plank. Swivel onto the outside of the left foot, arm raised up. This time, see if you can separate the legs. Squeeze the top leg straight and strong as you send the heel away from the crown of the head. Lifting the hips, look up to the right hand. And when you're ready, bring the hand to the mat, leave the foot up, and then slowly lower down Chaturanga, up dog, pushing back to downward facing dog. Repeating that on the other side. Remember, we want to enter and exit the poses with as much grace and thoughtfulness as we can. So coming into the side plank with the right foot on the floor, right palm on the floor, left leg raised, left arm raised. Lift the hips. Be strong, be steady. Be a star. Look up to the top hand if you can. And exhale, keep the foot raised, then place it down. Plank to chaturanga. Pull through to upward facing dog, bend the back, and press back to downward facing dog. And when you're ready, bringing the knees to the mat, dropping the hips back so that the buttocks rest on the heels for child's pose. Arms can stay in front of you or they can come either side of you. Tucked up in a ball, rest here. When you're ready, raising up, coming onto all fours now, we're just going to plant the wrists beneath the shoulders and rotate, warming up the wrist joint. We're about to try crow pose, so we want our wrists to be ready to bear weight. So leaning forward, bringing the hips forward and backwards so that the shoulders rotate clockwise and counterclockwise over the wrists. Tucking the toes under now, keeping that flat back table position, shins parallel to the mat. Bring your right knee up above your right elbow, then place it back. Left side, touch, place it back. Right side, place it back. Hold for 1 or 2 seconds. Try and keep that tabletop position. Keep the arms straight as you can. This is just prepping our abs for crow pose. It's that compressive strength that we need. Last one. Good. Knees can come back to the mat, sitting back on the heels now. Just take a minute to clasp your hands and do a couple of circles with your wrists to relieve any tension. Beautiful. Okay. So putting the hands down now, and you want to bring the toes forward so you're in a little crouching sitting position. We're going to plant the hands down nice and firmly and lean over as we send our buttocks to the sky, elbows slightly bent, knees come to the upper arm, and if you can, lift one toe at a time into crow pose. Your fingers are spread and they're gripping the mat, almost like you're trying to pick it up. Breathe. Can you straighten the arms? Exhale, feet to the mat. And coming back into our child's pose to rest. This time stretching out those shoulders. Reach away from you. Bring the hips over the knees now. We're just going to rotate and twist through, bringing the left hand underneath the right shoulder for thread the needle. Your hips should be over your knees. Deep stretch into the back. Inhale back to center. Press down. Exhale. Release right hand underneath the left shoulder. And slowly sending the hips back towards the heels. Tuck the toes under, press to downward facing dog. Look forward, jump feet in between to sit down and then lie down onto your back. Okay, we're Going to get some nice ab work happening here. So, when you're ready, lift the legs up perpendicular to the floor. You may want to grip the mat here because we're going to send those legs down towards the floor, but pause halfway. So down for a count of 3, pause, and then down, 2, 3, hold. They should be hovering off the mat now. Come up, 2, 3, pause halfway, and up, 2, 3, all the way to the top. This time right leg only, right down, 2, 3, pause halfway, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3, pause at the bottom. Keep the lower back into the floor. Lift up to halfway, 2, 3, pause, and inhale the leg back to the top. Left side this time, 1, 2, 3, halfway. And release, 2, 3, hovering off, just off the ground. Inhale halfway, 1, 2, 3, pause, and inhale, feet together. Hug the knees into the chest. We're going to repeat that one more time. It's pretty intense on the abs. I want you to make sure your lower back's contacting the mat and grip either side of your mat to help ground you. So both feet, 1, 2, 3, halfway pause, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. You're in a dish position. Pause. Inhale, 2, 3, halfway. Pause, 2, 3. Inhale all the way up to perpendicular. Right leg only. 2, 3. Pause, 2, 3. Keep that left leg shooting up to the sky. Right leg at the bottom hovers off the mat. Inhale halfway. And inhale all the way up. Last one, left side. 3 seconds to halfway. Pause for 3. 3 seconds to the mat. Pause for 3. 3 up. Hold. And slowly bring the feet together. Beautiful. Again, hugging the knees, and this time grabbing onto the toes with the hands for a happy baby. Rock side to side. Feet should be facing the ceiling. Knees are coming towards you. Straighten the legs if you want. Do whatever feels good to release. Okay, bringing the heels to the mat now. Getting ready to lift up for a bridge. Hips raised to the sky, shoulders roll underneath you. And hold here. Squeeze the buttocks, squeeze the thighs. Heels firmly on the mat. And then slowly release the hips down. One vertebrae at a time, unrolling the shoulders. Back to the mat. Good. We'll repeat that again. This time, as we lift the hips up, we're going to clasp the fingers underneath and shoot the arms straight towards our feet. So we can really roll the shoulders underneath us, almost like a shoulder stand. Hips high, press them high, push the ground away from you with the feet. And slowly unclasp the fingers, lower the hips down till you're flat on the mat. Last one. Either repeat what we just did, or as you send the hips up, bring the hands underneath the buttocks to push your hips higher. So your upper arm is on the mat and your hands are helping to send the hips up as you squeeze the butt, squeeze the thighs. exhale, slowly uncurl the shoulders, roll the spine down to the mat. Bring the knees into the chest, rock them around. And coming into a flat back, we're going to sit up now. One quick movement. Inhale, sit up. And swiveling to face the long edge of your mat now. Bending your right knee, bring the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Turn to face your left foot, arms raised, and fold forward, grabbing the shin, the foot, wherever you can reach. Either stay upright or if it's available to you, fold forward over that left leg. Stay here. Breathe in, breathe out. See if with every exhale you can get a little deeper. When you're ready, walk yourself up and swapping the legs. Left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Facing the right foot, flex the foot, arms raised up and fold forward over that right leg. Head to shin if possible. Keep that right leg straight and strong. As with every exhale, you get a little more length in your forward fold. When you're ready, slowly walking yourself up to upright. We're going to repeat on side one, but this time with a bit of a side angle stretch. So this time we're going to slide the left hand down and grab on to our foot and then stretch our top arm over. And if you can, with that right arm, grab onto the left toes. Really pull yourself into the pose, getting a beautiful stretch in the right side waist. One more breath here. And coming up, changing sides again. Left foot to the inside of the right thigh, right foot flexed. Bring the right palm onto the foot and reaching over with your left hand to grab onto the right toes. Get a stretch in that side waist on the left hand side. Breathe in. As you exhale, sink deeper, pull yourself further into the stretch. Breathe in and exhale, come up to seated. Now coming to lie into our final resting pose. So letting your feet fall open, your palms face the ceiling, your shoulders fall away from the ears. Let yourself sink into the mat. Yoga is not about doing, it's about being. In Shavasana, I want you to just be. Feel the tingles in your body from the work we've done. Acknowledge them, then let them go as you let your muscles go. And come back to your breath. Begin to bring life back to your fingertips and your toes. Bend the elbows. Place your hands on your chest. Bending the knees softly and rolling onto one side. When you're ready, pushing yourself up into a seated position, bringing the palms together at the heart for Anjali Mudra. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Make sure you join me again next week for another yoga class. Namaste. Don't forget to find us on Instagram at Living Moving Being. I hope you'll join me in the future for more yoga at home.